will there be any refunds? I'm guessing this is from some of our current dedicated carrier players who don't like the look of the rework.
Or maybe from premium ship owners, or whatever. Actually, it doesn't matter. In this case, we understand and fully realize that the rework, if it happens like this, it's going to be massive. So, I cannot share the exact details on how we do it, but we are determined to offer some kind of refund or compensation to all CV players. Like if it's released and you don't like the concept, you don't like this kind of gameplay, you want to switch to other class, to other ships, we will help you to do this. We understand this. Like no issue here. It's not small balancing change. It's huge change, and we understand it perfectly fine with us.
Okay, good question here. I think you may have touched upon it earlier, but what happens when all the planes in the wave have made their attack run?
Yeah, I forgot to explain this, because explaining the design concept in words is like it's better to show it. Anyways, when you depleted all your wings, when all planes made their attack, the remaining planes return to carrier automatically. You don't need to control them. As far as I remember, they are almost invulnerable after that, because they just take off, gain some height, and then just travel back to carrier. And at the same time, you have pre-selected next squadron ready for takeoff. And as soon as your current squadron made all attacks, your new squadron actually takes off, and you control the new squadron. If you want to finish controlling the squadron, your current squadron, earlier, it's also possible. Basically the same F button. So, for example, you made 2 attack runs with torpedo bombers, you want to switch to attack planes, you select attack planes for takeoff, and you immediately send your remaining torpedo bombers home, and that's it. So you're going to spend some time on getting planes from carrier to heat of battle, and actually we increased the base speed of planes to make this more dynamic. But I also should say that it allows you to utilize some more tactics, because if you put your carrier at more risk but closer to the battle, you have, of course, as you have now, but now it's not that critical. You'll have a shorter flight time.
Okay. One question that popped up is, are you going to upload this or keep it on YouTube? Yes, of course. You're going to be able to watch the video on demand of the stream on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, and we will, of course, release the video also as just a separate video. And there's going to be, I think, a lot more to come on the CV Rework in future.
I mean, yes, and once again, apologies for the technical difficulties in the beginning, but this video in full quality and my comments and probably even some frequently asked questions will be available also on World of Warships development blog. I think around maybe in an hour we'll publish it, and if you missed something or if I was unclear, you'll be able to see it anyways.
Yeah, we're also going to be around about on forums and Reddit and development blog everywhere. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to approach us. We're more than happy to answer most questions. Well, what we can answer at this early stage.
Chris. Sorry, Luke.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
You look so similar to Chris. So I'm mixing you up, guys. Sorry. I mean, I see several questions in chat about fighter gameplay. Probably I was not clear, or I was not heard enough when I talked about fighters. Let's clarify it once again. In current implementation, you can probably see on background video T button and fighter squadron icon. So fighter squadron is an ability for you. You press this button, and immediately to the current location of your current squadron, you summon fighter squadron. Not immediately, of course. I mean, it has to. It takes some time to arrive. Anyways, this squadron of fighters arrives, and it starts patrolling this sector automatically without your participation. And as soon as the squadron sees enemy planes, it actually ties them into battle. If these are strike planes, they will be shot down in some time. So, for example, you have a squadron of 4 fighters summoned, and you have a enemy squadron of 10 torpedo bombers approaching the target. So if you summon these fighters, 4 fighters, they will remove 4 attack planes from enemy squadron. And also, yes, you can actually like you can actually call your squadron, fighter squadron, to fight enemy fighter squadron. So there is some counterplay here between carriers as well. But in terms of core gameplay, we really want people to concentrate on these attack runs on ships.
Okay. There's a question here. This, I think, is going to be a no, but will there be any option to use all the planes in a single attack to launch one really devastating strike, or is there only the option to always detach a single wing?
I'll be honest, even looking at this video, yeah, I understand this question, because like you have huge squadron of planes and then only 3 of them commence attack run. It looks strange from the first point of view, but the problem is that we really want to get rid of excessive alpha strike, and if we allow like full salvo of all torpedoes, carriers will still be able to devastate targets in one run, and this is something we actually want to make softer, not harder, for the players. But I can tell you that, well, you know, for example, some torpedo bombers were known to carry more than one torpedo, and we plan to support this technologically, and probably we'll have some stronger attack planes that will be able to launch several projectiles, several torpedoes, or drop several bombs at a time. But we don't want to introduce the ability to fire all your planes at the same time, because it will be just too devastating.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, I see some comments about, you know, like it's going to nerf CVs, but please remember that while we don't want them to do an excessive alpha strike, as you can see in the work in progress video in the background, you know, a squadron, once it has dropped, is not depleted. It means you can use, if you haven't lost those planes to anti-aircraft defenses, you can circle around to do a second attack, set another fire, cause another flood, attack a second ship. So you lose that alpha strike, but you do get the ability to do more damage consistently. And
yeah, we want to shift
balanced.
it. You want to shift it like to more damage over time, and you still be able to hurt lonely targets a lot, because like imagine if there is a battleship without proper AA cover, without allied CV covering, without any cruisers, the AA will shoot some planes down, but you will be able to do several runs. And it will come down to his ability to maneuver, to switch AA sectors. Remember, I told you that regular ships will be able to switch AA sectors from left to right to increase the AA damage from one or the other side. And also about nerfing CVs, it's not about nerfing CVs, but I'm pretty sure I understand where it's coming from. Because current CV mains, like with their APM, with their like StarCraft skills, they can devastate a lot of ships. Probably their most battle influencing players